Kenny with BWOne.com. We're here today at the HTC One event. We're actually seeing the new version of the HTC One. This is going to be the M8. As you can see, it has a new design to it. Nice curved back here with a very smooth, kind of brushed finish look to it. Another really interesting thing you're going to notice about this phone right off the bat is that it has dual cameras. One of the cameras is going to be a 5 megapixel ultra pixel camera, and the other one is going to be a 8 megapixel camera that's going to be able to take photos that kind of give you a lot more depth and a lot more information to the photos you're taking. So I'll show you that kind of stuff a little bit later when I actually go through the photo modes. Other things to notice: front-facing camera, obviously, for those selfies. It's going to be a 5 megapixel camera. As far as the design goes, really thin and smooth. You have your volume rocker here, power button up top. This top also acts as an IR blaster, so you can actually use it for remote control when you want to change TV stations and do all that kind of fun stuff. It has micro SD card slot here on the side. As far as the other specs go, this is going to be a 5-inch full 1080p display. And as you can see, I just turned it on there by just double tapping on the screen, which is kind of a cool feature, so it doesn't make you have to always go tap your power button if you just want to check the time real quick, or even if you just want to unlock without having to get to your physical buttons. A couple other things to note on here: it's going to be a 2.3 gigahertz quad-core processor, Snapdragon. It's going to have 2 gigs of RAM. It's going to come in either 16 or 32 gigabytes for internal storage. It's also going to be running Android 4.4 KitKat with the HTC Sense 6, or as HTC likes to call it, their sixth sense. It has a lot of features and functionality that I'll kind of try and go through as we're going through. A couple other real interesting features about this phone. As you can see, the 2 speaker grills here on the front, so you get that front-facing sound. It's always going to be stereo. They call it their HTC Boom sound. So again, it's going to give you a louder sound, a lot crisper sound. Again, it's also going to have about 2600 milliamp battery, so it's going to have a really big enough battery to last you all day. And then on top of that, there's also going to be an ultra power save mode that's become a very popular thing now with the new generation of phones, which basically allows you to get anywhere from 20 to 60 hours of additional battery life when you're at less than 10% battery. So it's a pretty huge feature for people that are in emergency situations where you're not going to be able to get to charge your phone anytime soon, anything like that. So let's go into the actual phone itself here. So as you can see, pretty standard lock screen. You can have your access to your quick features. Another thing I was going to say is you can, from the off screen like this, you actually have a couple of gestures you can do. So if you swipe down from the top here, it basically puts you in like Google Now, or just gives you a voice recognition mode, so it can do a quick audio search there. There's also going to be other gestures that don't seem to be working right now, but there was other gestures where you can jump into the blink feed. So if you just go to the side, it kind of jumps you right into the blink feed. Also, if you swipe from the bottom, it brings you to your most recent application, and if you swipe over from the right side, it brings you directly into the camera. So again, a lot more features that you can do without actually having to turn on the camera and kind of go into the menus and things like that. Makes things a lot faster to get into, a lot easier. As I was saying with HTC Blink, so Blink is basically HTC's way of kind of giving you a full feed of all the information that's available to you in an easy to navigate kind of manner. So you can kind of choose your topics. They have lifestyle, music, all sorts of things like that. This year they actually added the ability to do custom topics, so if there's something in particular that you're looking for or that you really like, you can search for additional content here, Reddit, Fox, things like that. So as you can see, pull Facebook, it's going to pull a lot of the probably the popular feeds and trends that are coming on Facebook right now. So you just have a quick, easy access view to the stories that are interesting to you. As you can see, you can jump into videos, things like that real quick. So that's going to be Blink feed. Another one of the features is going to be the Sense TV. So again, this was on the previous version of the HTC One as well, but this year they made it a little bit better. Made it so that way you have, all your favorite channels here up top, so you can just directly go into a show that you like. Kind of lets you know what's going on TV in different stations, what's going on right now, movies, streaming options, and then of course you can actually use the phone as a remote control. So you obviously have to go through a setup depending on what kind of TV you're using, but with this, because of the IR blaster here at the top, you can actually use this as a remote control, change channels. It's going to also have a couple special features as far as like getting live sports scores. So if you're watching TV and it's March Madness time and you want to keep up on all the games that are going on, there's a quick mode you can jump into that'll kind of give you all those scores right away. Also, if you're watching a particular TV show, Let's see if we have something here. Shows on now, The Office. You can actually swipe to the side here, and this is going to be the official like Twitter feed. So basically you can live tweet along with the shows that you like. Whatever's interesting is happening, you can, go right in and directly kind of have a conversation with everybody else. There's fan talk, so again, just kind of the trending topics, so you can kind of see what's going on in your favorite TV shows as you're actually watching them. So it kind of keeps you engaged with what you're watching while at the same time having that quick functionality from the phone itself. Other couple of features here, as you can see, you're gonna have your quick access menus. You can, go to your settings, airplane mode, all that good stuff. It's customizable as well. So if you want your Wi-Fi to be up top, move that around. Also has some hidden items. So again, you can do screenshot, GPS, any of the basically quick features that you want to have to turn on and off. You have access to here, and you can kind of customize it however you want. As I was saying earlier with that ultra power save mode, as you can see, there's a regular power save mode, which basically is probably, this one here, gonna like dim your screen, kind of make sure that you're not using it at full capacity, so that way you get a little bit longer battery life just in general. But the ultra, let me see, extreme power mode is going to make sure that basically most of the main functionality is going to be turned off as far as your apps and background data things go, but you still have access to the most important things that you need at the moment. So you have your text messaging, you can jump right into here, phones if you need to make a phone call, email, calendar, calculator. So again, this is more the mode you're going to be using when it's the end of the night, it's 1 in the morning, your battery's almost dead, you have 5 to 10% battery life. You put it in this mode, it's going to give you anywhere from 20 to like 40 hours of extra time to actually use the phone as you need it. So again, you're not going to be able to update your Facebook and check Twitter and all that kind of stuff, but at the very least you have a functioning phone till the end of the night, hopefully when you get home or wherever you may end up. So exit that there. Obviously, as you saw before, dual cameras here. So they have a lot of really cool modes that they have on display here. So I actually took a couple photos earlier just to kind of give you a sense. So this is going to be the main functionality of having that second camera. It's going to be able so that you have the capability of actually having foreground photos and background, so you can actually select items that you want to focus on. So as you can see, I'll do the edit mode here, and effects, and view focus. Oh, sorry, it might not be available because I actually already did it to this photo. So let's take a fresh photo here, and oops. There, let me take a quick photo here. All right, now that we have a fresh photo, you can see a couple guys checking out the phone nearby. Go into edit, effects, focus, and okay, just kidding. Well, like I was saying, that is what the mode is. Basically, this is the photo originally. As you can see, everything's in focus from the foreground to the background, and then you can actually tell it what space you want it to focus on. So you can check it. You can select a person in the foreground. You can select an object in the background, and everything else will go kind of blur. So this is something you'd only typically find in professional digital SLR kind of cameras. A lot more expensive cameras that are standalone, not in a phone. So again, this is one of those features that dual camera mode is going to really kind of be something unique. Another quick thing here, quick little videos. They have a mode called Zoe mode, which basically allows you to take either really quick photos, take short videos, and basically it'll edit it together and make kind of like a feature reel for you. So if you're out on vacation and you want to just, quickly capture a couple photos of the beach, your friends and your family jumping in the ocean, it kind of puts it all together and brings it into kind of more of a cohesive like album that's kind of exciting to watch. As you can see here, there's the dual photo mode. So that was me earlier. I took a photo of myself and a photo of what was going on through the front screen. You can also do a flip of these, so if you want, you can take a photo of like the TV going on and kind of your reaction. So if you're at a concert or you're watching something exciting, you can kind of capture what's going on in front of you and also your own reaction and your own face at the same time. This here is going to be an example of the panorama. I didn't really complete it, but basically in the panorama mode, you can kind of, it shows you where you need to just take photos, and then you take a full 360, however much of a panorama photo you want, and it kind of stitches it all together and gives you that final viewpoint there. And just some other photos just to kind of give you an idea of what we got here. So again, just to kind of show you these modes real quick. So you got your camera, your video, your Zoe camera like I mentioned, that's kind of pulls everything together. The dual capture, we can take photos in front and behind, panorama 360, and then of course the always popular selfie mode. Gives you a quick little countdown, and there we have it. All right, just trying to see what else. Again, just giving you an idea of, how their most recent applications work. Kind of gives you a quick view of everything that you have open. If you don't want something open, just slide it away there. Kind of just close out everything right away. And what else do we have here? Settings, just so again, kind of show you about screen here, software information. You got that Android 4.4.2, which is going to be KitKat. And then again, that sixth sense that HTC has upgraded their Sense version up to. So again, it's going to have a lot of that cool functionality that I showed you, a lot of those quick features, and just, a much smoother, kind of less intrusive experience. I know before in the past people weren't really a huge fan of Sense because of how much stuff that there was and kind of extra stuff. But I feel like they've actually kind of slimmed it down to a point where it's actually really cohesive, really easy to use, and kind of very user-friendly. Again, also if you're listening to music and things like that, you have your quick access mode here. Probably hard to hear, but you got those dual speakers going on there. Sound pretty great as far as phone speakers go, because I know a lot of times you're going to have them, slew of grills here and there, and if you hold your hand to the wrong place, you're basically covering it up. But you really get a good sense of the pure sound that you actually get from this phone here. So again, this is going to be the HTC One M8. It's going to be coming out, actually, another huge announcement that they made was the fact that it's going to be coming out today at 1 p.m. in the United States for most major carriers. If you go onto AT&T, Sprint, Verizon's websites, you can order it and get it in your hands tomorrow if you wanted to. They actually have an exclusive deal with Verizon, so Verizon customers actually can go to the store and pick one up in store today at 1 p.m. And they said that they're going to have it announced in 100 different countries, and it's going to be available as of April 10th worldwide. So again, that's a pretty big promise to make, because a lot of phone manufacturers usually do kind of tiered releases of their phones. But HTC is kind of going all out with it this time and saying, we want to get this phone in everyone's hand as soon as possible. And it's a great idea. So again, HTC One M8.